I made about $21,000 since April and about a 70% win rate using New York VWAP. And my favorite setup is what I'm going to be going over today. Here are my stats of the month of May so far. If you want to use a great firm, Top One Futures is my favorite go-to. I use their instant funded accounts. They cost about $200 to $300 with the discount that I have below, and payouts are about $2,500 per payout. So my favorite type of setup is the double break trade. And what do I mean by that? I'm about to go over here and let's grab my marker here. So right, these two lines right here are the opening range high and low, while this line right here is the New York VWAP. Once the opening range is set and it breaks one side, in this case to the downside, like what it did right here, broke down through. And what I mean by that, it just wicks. It doesn't have to close or anything like that. That is when the classic opening range double break is in play, like what it says right here. And pretty much stops go right below the session low, which is right here. And the TP, you got to get out right at the top of the opening range high right here. So in this instance, it's got to be in alignment with the trend. So you can't see to the side over here, but we are in a clear uptrend. If you look on the 15-minute, I know you can, this is on the one. So I'm long or nothing. And this is where my biggest setup, or my best setup, is in play. Now let's go to another setup right here. Same concept. Let's get back into this here. Here we go. Here's the opening range. We were in a clear uptrend right here. This is the overnight VWAP. So we have some trend alignment right here. If you look at the New York VWAP, I really like it when the New York VWAP is above, in this case, the overnight VWAP. And we break to the downside, like right here, and then we come back up. Right when we get above here, this is where enter. Now, it does end up coming all the way up to this level later on in the day, but as I see here, I only needed about less than 12 points. I needed about 10.5 points to hit my profit to pass my take profit trader accounts. I'm doing a series with those, bring them to daily payouts. Anyways, besides that, Top One Futures is still my favorite here. But yeah, so got out right here, stops just below or at the session lows, which is right here. And yeah, and on to the next one. This one is one where the opening range double break doesn't work out. And 9 times out of 10, or 8 times out of 10, it's going to work. But like right here, opening range is set. We see the break right up here above the opening range, comes back down, and then I got in a little bit late. There was a really big push right here. Must have been, it could have been news or something. I don't know what it was. But as you can see here, New York VWAP is below the overnight VWAP, which is also below the start of week and the previous New York. Now, I don't have a lot of weight on these VWAPs up here in this area, but we did have full trend alignment, which in most cases, you're going to want to take this trade. But we were close to all-time highs, as you can see on the side over here. And when that happens, I mean, there's not much you can do. I guess in hindsight, you can see that you can't see it on this markup, but there were the previous day value area high, the POC, and the previous day value area low. One thing I like to live by is if we're in an uptrend, I don't like to take shorts unless we're below the previous value area low. That has kept me pretty much pretty safe in my trades, kept my win percentage a little bit higher that way. But yes, if you would like me to go over some more of the setups that I take, this is just one of 3. Make sure to like and subscribe. Thanks.